So that's this little like right here where you chew kind of thing. It's what helps lower your mandible. So on the kitty cat, it's this little ball right here. So it's this muscle. So if you picture this cat chewing, you can kind of see it moving. It's this muscle right here is your masseter. And then your temporalis is going to be the muscle of your temporal bone, so it's not too bad, so it's back here.
Right.
So temporalis is back here. So really, there's only two muscles in this area I could pin, so just try not to get them mixed up. So masseter is the jaw area. That's going to help, like, it's your chewing muscle. They both assist in the same action, so they both help lower your mandible. So if you, I can't touch my hand, but if you want to touch your temporal area and, like, start chewing, you can feel that muscle moving, right? That's your temporalis. So that's this right here. And you can also feel this one. But
So the masseter is closer to the mouth.
yeah.
They both help with chewing.
Yeah, the technical definition is they raise the mandible or help with the closing action, like.
Oh yeah.
But if you said chewing on the practical, I would be happy with that. So your trapezes, I hate the order these are in. But we'll just work with it. So your trapezes, your traps, like when you work out your traps at the gym or whatever. Really a gym color. It makes a trapezoid like on your back, sort of. So if you can kind of see it, it's right here. So you can actually see, if you can see close enough, there's a very sharp angle right here, and then it comes back up this way. So those are your traps. So like a trapezoid shape, if you picture it right there. So really the landmark are your shoulder blades. So if you find the shoulder blades of the cat, you're in the middle of the trapezius muscle. So that's probably a good place. I could pin it in the shoulder blades, but I could also technically pin it right here, and it's still the traps, yeah, but that would be mean. But we'll see how I feel. So then your sternocleidomastoid. That one seems like a long named horrible muscle, but it's actually named really helpful. So it's this muscle right here. Gosh, it's kind of ruined on this cat. So try to get my finger. It's this one right here. So it's your neck muscle. Like if I'm moving. So let me start over. Sternocleidomastoid, it originates in the manubrium of the sternum, so sterno, and then it goes all the way up past your clavicle clidoid, and then it inserts in the mastoid on your temporal bone. So you can see it goes all the way from the sternum up to the temporal bone area. So it's this right here, and it's on both sides. So y'all probably did it on your review. It's like that one right there.
Yeah.
You'll kind of see it. You can see how it's starting in my sternum coming up. Yeah. And then you have your pectoralis major, so the little cat pecs are right here. So just where, guys are like, oh, I never get my pecs ripped or whatever. It's right here. But preferably put pectoralis major on your practical. Deltoid is going to be your shoulder muscle. Kind of ripped it up. So this is it in the cat. It's not very pretty right here. So I would probably pin this side where you can see the actual, this is your deltoid. So like your shoulder right here is your deltoid. On the cat, it's right here.
What's your diaster again?
Oh, did I miss one?
No.
Oh, I did. I missed the digastric.
digastric,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
you
Thank you. So your digastric are these two muscles up here. So they insert, I want to say it like, yeah.
So like under your chin?
Under your chin, yeah. So think of like the word di as two. You can see them on both sides. And gastric, like the start of your gastrointestinal system is your esophagus, like when you swallow food. So digastric, that's how I remember it. And it has to do, it attaches to your hyoid bone, which we know is in your throat. There's something else cool about it. Oh, it helps lower the mandible as well. So it helps open your mouth. Digastric, sorry, I'm coming. When you close it, it's your masseter and your temporalis.
Wait, that helps open?
Yeah, you can see right here, it says it helps open your mouth. And then the closing action was the other one. So, but really location is more important right now than function. Making sure that if I have this pinned, you would know that that's your digastric. So digastric, sternocleidomastoid, masseter, temporalis. Pecs. And then external intercostals, you can kind of see, so pretty much wherever the ribs are, intercostal is typically in between the ribs. So back in here, it'll be pinned where the rib muscles are. So you can see them. If you had your own gloves on, you could feel it. That's how. And on the practical, no one wants to do this, but if it helps you get your test answer, I keep gloves by the cat so you can actually go and feel, and you're like, oh, I feel the ribs. She must be asking about the intercostals.
So it's like what's in between the ribs.
Yeah, you see all these like little muscles kind of in between and around. So whenever you
So the external
breathe in, those are what help.
intercostals.
Yeah. Blah 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 elevates rib cage during inhalation. So when you inhale, those muscles are what help lift the rib cage up. Petralis major deltoid. Your latissimus dorsi. So whenever you hear like go work out your lats, like lat pulls, technically lats, the whole word is latissimus dorsi. So try to remember that. They're gonna be down here. They kind of look like little angel wings on the cat. So if you can see the trapezius comes in sharply like this, the ones that come out this way are your lats. So can you kind of see those shapes? So your lats are your back muscles. So like when you're swinging a baseball bat, I think those are your lats. I mean, it's a lot of muscles that are doing that, or like swinging a golf club, but lats are the ones doing that. Biceps brachii, so those are easy. That's just your biceps. On the practical, please try to put biceps brachii because it's the formal name, but the little cat biceps are just right here. That one got ripped off, unfortunately. The other, so you have to move the deltoid to see it. So on this one, the deltoid's been removed, and you can see the little cat biceps. And then the triceps are just down here. So bicep, tricep, deltoid. And then you have biceps, tricep, your external obliques. So it's hard not to get them mixed up with the lats. So if y'all want to write this down, if I'm asking about the obliques, I'll have the cat facing this way, so it's on its back, because this is the oblique and this is the lat. They're very, like, they're easy to get confused. So if I have the cat oriented this way, and I'm asking about this area, it's the obliques. But if the cat's on its back, I'm asking about the lats. So it's just to help y'all, because I don't want y'all to be tricked. So your external oblique are like your little side ab muscles, so like when you do side planks, that's what you're working out. And it's called oblique because oblique means diagonal or opaque, it's something like that. I think it means diagonal because you can see like they're striated diagonally. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
Someone should fact check that for me. Oblique means diagonal. Anyway, 10 points for Gryffindor. Cool, so that's your external oblique. I don't know if we peeled up the internal oblique on here. So this is our only cat we have, so don't worry about the internal oblique because no one peeled it up, but it's just under. I guess I'll just show you that. That's the internal oblique, it's under the external. So do worry about it, I take that back. Your rectus abdominis is just the cat abs, so right in here. So rectus, because the rectum area is down here, abdominis, abdominal area, that one should be easy. So wherever you would get abs, it's your rectus abdominis. Your gluteus maximus, or your gluteus muscle. I don't peel them away very well, but they're just right here. There's little balls. You can feel it if you had gloves on, little balls by the little cat butt. And then you have your adductor femoris, bicep femoris. So I hate the order this is in. So I'm going to go a little out of order to help teach these muscles. The leg muscles, I think, are the most confusing on the cat. So try to remember there's a little mnemonic. If you want to write it down, it's it's gracias for covering my ASS. And that'll all become really clear soon. Yeah. Gracias for covering my ASS. And so the first one I'm going to go over is number 21. It's your gracilis. So your gracilis is this little flap right here, and normally you would see that first. It's the most anterior, so we have to pull it away to see the other muscles, but this is your gracilis.
Is your cheerleading muscle?
Oh, really?
It's like the one that sticks out when you do jumps.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. Like in there.
Yeah.
And then, what was I saying? And then the gracilis covers your ASS, so that helps you keep the order of the muscles. So this muscle right here, it actually makes an A if you use your imagination. That's your adductor femoris, which is number 16. So your adductor femoris is the muscle that helps you adduct your leg back to your body. So A, adductor femoris, and this middle one is semimembranosus. So that's one of the S's, and the other S, so semimembranosus, semitendinosus. And you can remember M comes before T in the alphabet. So ASS, semimembranosus, semitendinosus. Yeah, you wanna go over it? So this is gracilis, so gracias for covering my ASS, because the gracilis covers the ASS, the 3 muscles.
So you said which one comes first?
Yeah, so which one's the A again?
A is adductor femoris, I think it was number 15.
Yes,
It'd be,
16.
see what I mean? It'd be helpful if the lab exercise had those like in order, but whatever, I digress. So this is your adductor femoris, and it makes an A,
Mm-hmm.
if you use your imagination. And then you can picture that's what helps adduct this leg back to the body. And then semimembranosus is this chunky middle one. And then semitendinosus is this smaller one down here. So I hit those. Gracilis. Yeah. So I'm gonna flip back and cover the bicep femoris real quick. So if you think about, this is the best way I can think to do this. So the bicep femoris is what your hamstring is. So if you think of the action, your bicep on your arm does this, right? So if you flip it to thinking of your leg like your arm, this action is the same as this action, if that makes sense. So your hamstring is essentially like the bicep of your leg,
Uh-huh.
because it's pulling it up like that. Does that make sense? So your hamstring is your bicep femoris. On the cat, it's this big chunky thing right here. So, but you can't put hamstring on the practical, unfortunately, because you need the technical name. So bicep femoris. So think of the bicep of the femur. Right here?
But we call it the hamstring.
Yeah.
Okay.
In
Just
the
so
real
that I
world.
can.
Yeah, if you want to put a reminder, like
Put it
that's the
together.
hamstring. And then if you kind of move this aside, this is the quadricep femoris right here. So essentially where you would picture the big cat quad.
Mm-hmm.
You can see it better if I move him this way.
Quadricep femoris.
Kinda, yeah. Quad right there. Maybe if I flip down. You can see the quad right here too. So it's like if the cat was a human leg sitting down, that's the quad. That one's in the right place, which is nice. So quadricep femoris. And then your sartorius,
Paparazzi.
which is number 22, is this little seatbelt muscle that goes over the quad. So we accidentally tore it off here, but normally it sits like this. So if you move it, you can see the quad is this little seatbelt that goes over the quad.
Which one is that?
The sartorius. You can kind of see it right here too if I pull it up. Sartorius. So in the human, it's like it starts over here and it's the seatbelt muscle because it kind of goes around like a seatbelt would if it was over your leg. So sartorius is right here, and the quadricep femoris is below it. And then your gastrocnemius is just a fancy word for your calf muscle. So this is your gastrocnemius down here, little cat calf. And then your tibialis anterior is this muscle right here. So the tibia, the muscle, the anterior muscle to your tibia, right here. So whenever we're doing like the dorsiflexion, pulling it up, that's your tibialis anterior doing that.
Where would the pin be?
Right there,
Okay.
right on the shin.
So we just say on shin.
Yeah, so if you're gonna say like the shin muscle, or the muscle over the tibia, but on the practical you have to be pretty specific.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. That's all the cat muscles.
So what does O and I mean?
So O is the origin of the muscle, so where it starts, and I is where it inserts.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, and then the function should follow after.
Are we gonna need to know that, O and I?
I'm gonna give you a list of the ones to know. So I'll probably only do like, since it's summer, I'll probably only do like 5,
Okay.
because I'm not gonna ask about all of them on the practical.
Okay.
But for the lecture, I think he has you memorize all of them for lecture. But the secret to that is I memorized all the O's, I's, and F's for all of these, and it was like 2 questions on the test. So looking back, I probably could have just like missed those 2 and slept better, you know. But I don't know if he changes his test or not, so take that with a grain of salt.
I don't think he does. They were pretty similar.
Yeah.